So part two is actually just coming back to being able to say this, is that we must look at the human psyche as essentially the pity me, or the I feel sorry for myself attitude. Because of course, there's brutality within this world, but it all wraps into each other. That when I'm talking about 99.999999999999999, pretty much, you can't say 100% because there's always infinite possibility to manifest somewhere. But 90.99999999999% of human problems comes from not accepting. Now, the reason why is because when we can't accept our reality, we manifest everything of which we are not. Now, that's the calculation to our problems. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about hunger is a problem, because hunger is 100% a problem within that moment. But I'm more so referring to the modern day problems from which we are suffering from, because it goes deep, but I want to stay on the surface here. Psychological problems. I'm more so talking about psychological problems. And you could also then say, well, hunger is a psychological, because if you don't have food, it turns into psychological. So yeah, there is truth there. But I'm more referring to psychological problems outside of the physical. So, and this world's, it's pretty raw. And you can come back and you could really say, well, if someone's starving, and you can't say really that by not accepting your reality, which is you got no food, that's going to save you. Well, it's not, obviously. But at least by accepting the reality that you have no food, you can actually have the sense and have the reality that this world's absolutely raw and brutal. And at the end of the day, a lot of people in that reality do accept. They accept their reality, and it's absolutely raw, but at least they accept their reality. Look at most of the humans within this world, and you look at them, probably, some of the most rawest environments. You can create the imagination of, someone who have lost all their family, they don't have anyone, and they know that they have to essentially accept it because it's the truth. And that rawness really probably gives them the chance to either make two choices in their life: to accept and just get on with it, or learn to feel and get stuck in a self-pity, self-misery, self-distortion because they can't accept their reality. And it's absolutely raw, and it's a little bit brutal, but it's our existence. If you can't accept and you can't move forward within this present now moment, you will never heal yourself. And essentially, we're going around in a loop. And until we actually form the strength or the gathering like awareness to say, hang on a second, I'm just going to go back again. If I don't step forward right now and accept my reality, then it will just come back again. It will just come back around. We're in a loop. And a lot of the time we need the devastation to happen to actually learn to accept. The base of human existence is keep a human from accepting their reality and keep them in a state of self-pity and self-distortion. Because the true self is infinite possibility. It's infinite awareness. It doesn't judge. It doesn't look at itself as, it just manifests. It infinitely manifests. And that's essentially what we are, except this world that's pulled over our eyes is essentially like glue. It's like everywhere we walk, we feel that we have the potential to be glued down or be glued into it. And then once we feel the attachment, we then feel that we need to essentially like be affected by it. and infected, most importantly. We'll wrap this up into a part 3.